Iberia, from the south to the east, the west, and the north. And I hope things get resolved because I would like to come back often. So I will also speak a little slow because not everybody speaks English perfectly. And my Russian is very bad. It's very rusty. So here I am. So let's talk. I'm not going to talk much about the images. The images are just background because you can see all the images online. And we are now making 1.6 billion images a day into the cloud. You imagine? So you, for example, how many images you take today? How many? About 1,000. You already took 1,000 today? Wow. We also spend almost 8 hours a day looking at a screen. Isn't this amazing? That means 1/3 of your day of 24 hours, you're not here, you're here. So if you're here, you're not experiencing the real life, the world around you. I'm a culprit of this too. I spend much too much time with the screen. It's addictive, it's seductive, and it's more interesting than reality. This is a big problem. So how do we make reality as interesting? How do we provoke and make people feel alive like they do in the digital age, in the digital realm? We are now becoming products of the digital age. My generation, when I was educated, was analog. So I'm an analog person, but I had to cross over into the digital. The first time I crossed over into the digital was 1986, when I got my first PC computer. And I worked with a software company called Alias, which I think are gone now. And they were creating 3D for architects and designers. And I was designing, at that time, a train station in Toronto. I was also designing mailboxes for Canada. So the mailbox I was doing had to make 60,000 of them across the whole country. I was only 26 years old, now you know my age. And when I was doing the mailboxes, the software company said, you can use our software for free and do whatever you like with it, because they wanted to promote the software. I spent 2 months making the cube rotate on the screen. Can you imagine? Imagine that what you have now in your hand is the same amount of storage and possibility of information as Xerox had in 1965, a room approximately the size of this, full of computers, head to toe, right? Huge, massive machines. And we are walking around with it. So of course it's seductive, of course it's a beautiful phenomenon. We are fortunate to live in this age. And it's accelerating. It's only everything is getting more information, faster. We have the advent now of AI, which is a powerful, powerful tool. This isn't changing. Can you, sir? Can you press the bar, space bar? Advance. Okay. So, I always thought, for many, many years, when I started using technology a lot, was in the early 90s, because I could do things with technology I couldn't do in any other way. There were no other means. And I was thinking how there's something wrong with the program, because it should just run by itself. It's not running. Okay, give me the click. Sorry, this is supposed to go by itself, but I don't know why. Okay, so technology always was a bit of an inspiration for me. Why? Because it afforded me to do something original and new. And I look as an artist, a creator, a designer, an architect, a musician, a poet, painter. We search for this notion of originality. And the question is, why? Well, it's obvious why. Because we are capable of originality. Every one of us, almost every human being is capable of original act. So you say, well, you, for example, right? You can do something in this world that's original. And what does original mean? It means that you are one of 8 billion people. So if you imagine you wake up in the morning and say, I'm today going to work, I have a project, whatever the project is, but I'm going to do something original. Because for my ego, for my meaning in my existence, to have self-worth, to feel like I contribute to something original.